What's up, guys? Your boy, 20K13. Gonna talk about 7 up and 8 down from last night WWE Raw, July 6th. And this comes from WhatCulture.com. The inner member built to WWE Battleground continued Monday night, as Raw rolled into Chicago for a raucous evening. The 5-week lead-up is almost over, and the lengthy gap between pay-per-view is proving to be a problem for the writers, as they struggle to keep the already announced matches interesting. It's a booking in reverse issue where the matches were announced early, and the few are being constructed on top of that. Despite that, some of what WWE has been delivering has been great of late. John Cena and Kevin Owens continue to be a major highlight every week, and anytime Brock Lesnar is on television, it becomes a must-watch segment. But Raw is 3 hours long, which means we have to endure things like R-Truth posing as King What's Up, The Miz as a serious title contender, and JBL talking. Raw is probably best viewed via DVR so fans can at the very least take the 3 hours of programming and trim it by a half hour of commercial and 10 minutes of endless in-show recap. When that's done, the show becomes much more watchable. So with that said, let's find out what deserves to be paused and replayed and what should be skipped over. Down. Number 8. Another 3 months. WWE should make a decision when it comes to its network. Is it going to be free for the first month for new subscribers or not? We're now on the 4th straight month where it's being offered free to hook new viewers. At some point, this goes beyond a simple marketing ploy and becomes an accepted practice. Sure, you know WWE isn't going to offer it free for WrestleMania month unless the rumors of WrestleMania 32 going back to solely pay-per-view are true. But this just starts to smack of desperation unless it turns into part of the business model. There also was an added line from Michael Cole Monday where he described the WWE network as just like Netflix. Where has that comparison been the past 17 months? Number 7. Nice car. The moment last week when Seth Rollins started fawning over the Cadillac that he bought Jamie Noble and Jody Mercury, any long-time WWE fan knew that the vehicle was destined for the scrap heap. WWE writing is nothing if not predictable, and destruction of a nice new car is a Vince McMahon, we assume, favorite. The fact that it took a week for the car to be introduced and destroyed was a bit of a twist, but typical WWE writing made it painfully obvious that the car was doomed, highlighting J&J Security Avengers in the car having them drive it into the arena after they were seen walking around with Rollins backstage. It all smacked of a giant sledgehammer driving the message home. It's a shame WWE feels the need to fall back on stuff like this sometimes. The car destruction angle used to work well for Stone Cold Steve Austin because he was destroying Vince McMahon's pride possession and it fits his personality. Riveting that angle onto someone like Brock Lesnar just feels forced. Just like Vince decided he needed to destroy the car on camera to try to pop some ratings. Number 6. Treading water. 2 weeks ago, WWE had 5 matches already booked for its upcoming pay-per-view, Battleground. Fast forward to Monday, 2 weeks before Battleground, and WWE had 5 matches booked. You can make the argument that WWE so really does long-term bookings that the writers should be commended for committing to plan and building to the matches, but the problem is that there hasn't been an actual build. Some of these matches were announced the day after the previous pay-per-view, Money in the Bank, 3 weeks ago, leaving the superstars to build the feud after the match had been announced. It's booking in reverse. Contrast this with the Diva storyline. Say whatever you will about the Bella Twins, their angle with Paige is building towards something. Either Naomi and Tamina will join Paige in her quest to topple Team Bella Lane, or she enlists 2 NXT women to debut and battle the heels. Either way, it's building to this rather than announcing a match and then having Paige fight 3-on-1 each week. Number 5. Kane Vacation Album. Some things just look childish on WWE programming, but few things look worse than horribly photoshopped pictures in 2015. They blatantly fake and just aren't funny to anyone other than the person who greenlit them in the first place. Typically, these fake pics are a John Cena routine to embarrass an opponent. But Monday night, we saw a series of photos of Kane enjoying his vacation in Hawaii that Seth Rollins bought for him last week. The photos were horribly fake, including standing in front of an erupting volcano, and maybe that was the point. But the funny thing was that Kane had just taken part in the Beast in the East special event in Japan on Saturday. How hard would it have been for Kane and the cameraman to take a flight to Hawaii on the way back across the Pacific Ocean? They could have spent Sundays snapping various photos, equally campy if that was Vince McMahon wanted, but associate. Number 4. Orton vs. Sheamus Part 32. Ever since their stinker on the Raw after WrestleMania in 2013 where fans turned on the match so viciously that Orton looked lost, Randy Orton and Sheamus matchup had been widely panned by crowd. Maybe that's not fair to two talented performers, but if the WWE is all about listening to the audience, then it's clear that the audience doesn't want to see this match. Fans reacted loudly to Orton for his return, and thankfully his attack on Sheamus was brief. But unless something changes, we soon hear crickets. Both men are considered notable stars, so WWE doesn't like to have them lose too often. Consider that of their 15 televised matches, 9 have either ended in a DQ or a no contest. Besides a stale feud, the real question is what is going on with Orton lately. He seems to be treated like a special attraction, wrestling for a few weeks and then disappearing. Orton lost in the fatal four-way match at Payback and disappeared for 2 weeks. Then re-emerged to lose at Money in the Bank and disappear again. What gives? Number 3. Reign can't concentrate. Feuds that solely involve one wrestler playing mind game on the other can go one of a few ways, and most don't work well. The superstar underfighter can snap under the pressure and lash out, which could be an interesting character development, or he could return the favor and sink to his opponent's level. Or as in Roman Reigns' case, he could get distracted during matches and get counted out. Reigns has now walked out of 2 matches on Raw in 3 weeks to chase down Bray Wyatt, to no avail. Wyatt also has jumped him during a no DQ match, costing Roman the contest. All of this has been accompanied by photos of Reigns with eyes and mouth cut out and the phrase, anyone but you. This certainly doesn't make Reigns look like a strong character, nor does it really look like he's being tormented. Wyatt implied that Roman's daughter wasn't safe, and now Reigns run out of matches to hunt Bray unsuccessfully. He looked more like he suffered from ADHD than anything else. Number 2. A 3-way mess. This again is the danger of booking a match way too far in advance. The night after Money in the Bank, Ryback put his Intercontinental Championship on the line against The Miz. Big Show interjected, knocked Miz out, and declared that he was going to win the IC title. And so a super threat for the Intercontinental Championship was born. That was 3 weeks ago, and this feud just continued to drag along, as the principals continue to weave and intersect with each other. The problem here is that this isn't the worst feud idea. Miz is undersized, and spent his time yelling at the two on the mic outside the ring to goad them while rooting for each to injure the other. Show and Ryback want to get their hands on Miz and each other, so you have a pretty good template for a super threat. But it just doesn't work. The match was announced almost immediately, so there's nothing to build to. You just have the 3 men coming out and remind everyone that they facing off at Battleground. This drag out door feud is not doing Ryback any favor, but at least he isn't losing every match leading up to the pay-per-view. Number 1. What's going on in the match? During WWE Beast in the East, fans were treated to the commentary of Michael Cole and Byron Saxton. That is not being said sarcastically. Free from silly storylines, product placement, and a third man in the booth, the two turned in a great performance and made Beast in the East a more enjoyable experience. Then Monday Night Raw came and JBL returned, and he showed exactly what's wrong with commentary. JBL. After Paige lost another match at the hand of Team Bella, Bella Twin, and Alicia Fox, Cole and Saxton speculated as to whether it would be better for Paige to concede that she can't beat three women by herself. JBL responds, maybe she can just cry. Sit in the ring and cry. Thankfully, Saxton just looked at him and scoffed. Maybe she won't do that, and shook his head as Cole ignored JBL and moved on. Later during the New Day Lucha Dragon match, Titus O'Neil took JBL to task on commentary for spending half the match talking about Seth Rollins and how Brock Lesnar destroyed J&J security car. Titus lectured JBL about how he can talk about a $55,000 Cadillac but couldn't talk about the tag champ who was on commentary or the match going on in the ring. Titus then started calling the match himself, begging JBL to tell people what's going on in the match. That itself was an awesome moment, but it typified the problem facing WWE programming, as the announcers are more preoccupied with gushing about a stupid angle that's been replayed a half dozen times than actually helping to get other wrestlers over by talking about their match while it's happening. Up. Number 7. All Hail King Barrick. Defeating a man wearing a bed sheet and carrying a plunger normally wouldn't be called for celebration. But in King Barrett's case, any win is a good win, and finally knocking off the court gesture that is all truth is a really good win for him. If it finally put his silly angle to bed once and for all, perhaps someone finally wised up that no one cared about this stupid storyline, or that it was more grown and inducing than anything else. R-Truth posing as a Peso King and rolling up Barrett in 30-second matches were insulting and more damaging to Barrett than it was helpful to anyone. Then again, maybe we'll see Truth get his win back on SmackDown or next week's Raw, setting up a crown on a pole match for the Battleground pre-show. Don't laugh, it just might happen. Number 6. Rusev returned to action. You had to figure that weeks of mocking Rusev and rubbing Lana in his face were going to come back and bite Dolph Ziggler at some point. The pretty boy posing couldn't continue forever while Rusev just stood there on crutches, looking like a forlorn puppy. Monday night, Rusev called out the fans for accepting Lana despite her anti-American sentiment, a fair point, while smoozing with Summer Rae. Ziggler and Lana came out to gloat some more, only for Rusev to reveal that he was heel, surprised, and beat Dolph to a pulp, using the crutches to pull a Ricky Steamboat and injured Ziggler Larned. Hopefully WWE didn't have Rusev share his walking boot before he was ready to, but this angle definitely needed some forward motion, and Rusev stomping Ziggler like that was exactly what needed to happen after Dolph and Lana had paraded around for weeks on end. This feud was dying on the vine, and now at least has a chance. Number 5. Ambrose gets a squash. Every once in a while you need to have a simple squash match on Raw to keep a guy on television without making one of your established stars look bad. For the longest time, 3MB served the purpose of getting beat up perfectly, but since 2 of them were released, there's been a shortage of pure jobbers. Enter Bo Dallas, the guy everyone loves to hate. We can lament his standing as cannon fodder, but if WWE isn't going to give him any kind of push, then he should be putting over other talent, such as Dean Ambrose. The lunatic friend probably would have benefited from a more high-profile matchup, but at least keeping him on TV and beating someone easily keep him looking good to fans. We'll see if he re-engaged in a feud with Kane when he returns from his Hawaiian vacation, but in the interim, this will work for a week. Number 4. Heyman religion experience. Whenever Paul Heyman is going full steam on a promo, you know you almost guarantee a great experience. Monday night was no different, as Heyman evoked several religious references to paint the picture of what Brock Lesnar would do to Seth Rollins. Perhaps his best line was talking about the 11th commandment. Thou shalt not intentionally provoke the beast, Brock Lesnar. It also helped to learn that Brock wasn't a god of love, forgiveness, or charity, but a god of violent retribution. Heyman had the crowd searching for a sacrifice at the altar of the beast, which would come later. It really is a shame that Heyman wasn't able to do the same kind of promo work for Cesaro or Curtis Axel, but we getting some grade A stuff from Paul E. now, so we might as well enjoy it. Number 3. A twist on car destruction. Yes, it was mentioned earlier that the car destruction angle is tired, played out and extremely forced. All of that is very true, and it doesn't really fit Brock Lesnar's personality to damage property, but that doesn't mean that part of it didn't work really well. When Seth Rollins and J&J stalked to the ring with axe handle, it seemed like an odd sort of weapon. They didn't bring baseball bat or steel chair, which have been used as weapons before. It became clear a moment later when Lesnar pulled out 2 axes exactly while the villains were wielding axe handles. But Lesnar didn't destroy the car to get back at his attackers, though it didn't hurt the cause. It was to lure them outside of the ring, where Brock promptly broke Jamie Nova's arm and suplexed Jody Mercury through the windshield. The attack on the car was more of a ploy to take out the security team and try to get at Rollins. There's also something about Lesnar's intensity that made even the cliche car demolish different. However, did anyone else have flashbacks to Goldberg attacking the NWO limo and worry that Brock was going to accidentally tap an artery on the glass? Number 2. Whose side is Triple H on? One of the more intriguing angles that is bubbling beneath the surface involves Triple H and question of where his loyalty lies. In the past month, we've seen him ream out Seth Rollins, bring Brock Lesnar back to face him and give him strange life lessons and advice that has backfired, such as Monday's idea to call out Lesnar. It begs the question of whether Hunter is baiting Rollins and setting him up, or if this is just a way to toughen up the young champion. Maybe it's a case of reading too much into what's happening, but it sure seems like Triple H is giving Rollins advice that leaves him worse off. Hopefully this is something that will be paid off in the coming weeks, perhaps with the authorities choosing a new future, Kevin Owens of the WWE. Otherwise, all of this is very odd. And number 1, a tremendous return match. The John Cena 4-star match parade continued Monday night as he and Cesaro closed out Raw with an incredible follow-up to their classic from last week. The match built off the previous bout and weaved in Kevin Owens nicely as well. Before anyone complained that it hurt Cesaro to lose clean to Cena, consider that Cesaro was doing nothing ever since Tyson Kidd got injured. And even before that, their tag team wasn't in the title picture. Going 20 minutes with Cena and taking him to the limit on back-to-back weeks actually can mean something if they follow it up. The fact that they followed up last week's DQ finish with a rematch and with Cesaro mouthing off to Owens for costing him the match was a good indication that the writer wasn't letting things go that easily. All of this almost begged for a triple threat U.S. title match at Battleground, but for now, Cesaro is in a position to challenge the winner of the Cena-Owens rubber match, or perhaps fight the loser for the number 1 contender spot. But for now, if you missed the Cena-Cesaro match, go track it down now. Well, that's it, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. See you guys on the next one. Peace.